ما تنزفيش يعني، حاولي انك تسكري الجرار.
تمام، سيارة جيدة.
الو، طوارئ الهلال الاحمر رام الله الضفه الغربيه، عمر معك، تفضل. الو. شو اسمك انت؟
That was a look at the Oscar-nominated docudrama, The Voice of Hind Rajab. The film tells the story of a 5-year-old Palestinian girl who was killed in Gaza in 2024. It uses the real audio of her desperate phone calls to Red Crescent volunteers, her voice pleading for help as gunfire echoes around the car where she was trapped, and several members of her family killed. Those recordings, which circulated globally and sparked outrage, they form the emotional core of the film, a story not only about one child, but about the human cost of war. And the film's director, Kauthar Ben Hania, joins us now. Also with us for the conversation, MS Now contributor Huma Abedin. Kauthar, thank you so much for being with us this morning. What was your, take us to the beginning if you can. What was your reaction? How did you feel? What did you do when you first heard these recordings? And do you realize it had to be some sort of film?
I remember quite vividly when I heard her voice, and that's why I think the movie is called The Voice of Hind Rajab. It impacted me in a very, very strong way. I felt sadness, anger, and I told myself, we live in a world where a child is pleading for her life. And when you send ambulance, the ambulance is bombed by the Israeli army. I was so angry. And I remember I had another film I was about to start. I stopped the other film and I started thinking about her voice day and night. And what I did immediately, I contacted her mother to ask her if she's open to the idea of doing a movie about her daughter, and she told me, I want justice for my daughter. If this movie can help in a way, please do it.
Kauthar, this film is gripping. As you have said, once you hear the voice of Hind Rajab, you can't unhear it. It's a hybrid approach that you chose. You've blurred the line between documentary and drama. And why did you decide to do it that way? And what do you think it allows audiences to take away that a traditional documentary might not?
When I heard her voice the first time, her voice was immediate and she was alive. It put me again in that moment when saving her was possible. So doing a pure documentary is always explaining what happened in the past tense. I wanted to go back to this moment and do a movie in the present tense, because I know I'm a filmmaker, that I did a narrative film, I did fiction, documentary, hybrid movie. So I know the limitation of every tool of cinema, and I needed to do the most impactful yet respectful movie, because it's a war crime, it's a child, and how you need to tell this story without showing the horror, but at the same time showing the silent violence imposed upon those who are tasked by saving life. I'm talking about the Palestinian Red Crescent employee, because the movie is shot from their point of view.
And what do you think the response to the film has meant to the family, particularly for Hind's mother, who we see at the end of the film? Has this given her or her family any justice, peace, visibility?
I'll not talk about justice, because there is till now, no accountability. The people who killed Hind Rajab, they are not, they are free. They are, and the movie will not bring her daughter back. But what gives her that she, Wissam Hamada, her name, Hind's mother, she's now because she have some spotlight around the movie, she's using all the love she's receiving to help children in Gaza. So she have a charity to help the orphan, the amputee in Gaza, and she always insists to see the audience after every screening, because she feel consoled when strangers share her pain. But she's still mourning. Losing a child for a mother is a pain that no language can describe.
We're at a time, sadly, where we are surrounded by images of war. Gaza, of course, but also Ukraine, now Iran, just to name a few. What do you hope people will take from this film?
I mean, this, you can call it an anti-war movie. You see what happened to Hind Rajab. You said that the movie is painful. Multiply that pain by the number of killed people. Recently, I mean, in Iran, we have a school of young girls. I was seeing many Hind Rajabs. And we live in this world. We need change. We can't live in a world when you have the biggest gun, you rule the world, and you impose your law. It's not a beautiful perspective for our children. And I did this movie right now with this hope. Maybe it will touch the heart and the mind, and people can move and say, no, we don't need war. We need to talk. We need to stay together. But bombing.
The Voice of Hind Rajab is in theaters now, and it's up for an Academy Award later this month. Director Kauthar Ben Hania, thank you very much for joining us this morning.